Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Respected Hemlata Madam, Professor Nasreen, Professor Uma Shankarji, Dr. Seema Tyagi, my friends, delegates joining this webinar from different parts of the world. It's really an opportunity for me to interact with you on the last day of this very prestigious and important webinar. Before I come to the topic, I would just quote the importance of such seminars and one saying by Veds, Ano Bhadra Katavo Yantu Vishwata. Let the noble thoughts come from all directions. Our ancient books welcome the noble thoughts from different directions all over the world, and hence the importance of such webinars, seminars, conferences is well established, and so is the case with this particular webinar also. Friends, I very frankly admit that looking to the topic, earlier I was just synthesizing my thoughts, and I found a rhetoric which is to be used for values and leadership voice. But when I just examined the topic, I found here 3-4 important words constituting the topic itself. They are leadership, development, human and values. Friends, we all know that leadership is something which is a trait in a person which makes him to lead masses and which makes masses to accept him as a role model or as a leader. It is not something which is usually acquired. In my opinion, leadership trait is inborn. One gets proper ambience to exhibit it, to manifest it, and then to actually practice it. So leadership in itself has a very vast area. We know that we have political leaders, we have economic leaders, we have social leaders, we have educational leaders. So leaders in a particular segment of life. But when we talk of value leaders, when we talk of human value leaders, then certainly such leaders are again a different entity. Now that comes development. Development is a very vague term. Usually we consider development in terms of construction of roads, bridges, erection of buildings, creation of institutes, electricity, water, hospitals. But development of human values, can it be developed? Can one develop human values? It's a question. Now the term comes value. What is value? Again, it is something we need to examine what is value. A value is a set of beliefs and ideas affecting the way people make decisions and conduct themselves in the society. Values are, in a way, directed and governed by ethics and morals. And those are the rules of conduct based on rightness or wrongness of actions. Effective leadership demonstrates the value by talking, explaining, showing, behaving, and for that matter, as regards value leadership is concerned, again, we need to examine another term which remains in the title, that is human. Now, to me, what is human? Is it a set of 206 bones, millions of neurons, walking on 2 feet, working with 2 hands, eating, listening, speaking? Is this entity a human? Is it enough to call a human? Or we need some key values, key components, and compliances with it, which makes this entity a human. Friends, human and inhuman, these two terms we are very frequently using. So with 206 bones and such a configuration, one can be human as well as inhuman. And human, we want to examine human in this title as a noun or verb, noun or adjective. Again, it poses questions. Another question is it sufficient to treat human as a noun in the arena of value discussion, or human as an adjective, or human activities or humanliness as a verb? Friends, I think that in the context of value, in the whole gamut of describing values, we need to consider it in different manners. And because we need to examine, are we human being or are we tending to become human? Are you on a way to becoming human? Are we human becoming? Without clarity of these concepts, perhaps I would be using rhetorics which I have also used in the past, and you have been listening. Friends, when we talk of leadership, leadership is a kind of outsourcing of an idea of being perfect being. We, as I explained you, have political leaders. So political leaders gives us a perfect political system. They try to give, we expect them to give us perfect political system. So as business leader, we expect them to give a perfect business system. And we all have a definite magna carta for these conducts, for the conduct of these leaders, and we assess them on the parameters they are well defined for these leaders. But now the question of human values and value leadership is concerned, I personally feel, and it is Can I outsource my value leadership to somebody else? Can you outsource your value leadership to somebody else? Can human values be outsourced? Can there be a person who decides and who governs value of another person? Friends, a person is a unique entity in this universe. There is no replica of him. There is no one can imitate him, because a human being is a result of impressions from so many lives, and which will carry with him even after his death. This is what we have been told and we believe. Friends, human values are not conferred upon by any government. They are the longest and most secretive program codes of cellular memory of genetic material every human being is born with. We all are born with a Sarathi in the form of our inner voice, or a charioteer in the form of our inner voice. That inner voice governs and decides our value system. The inner voice everyone has got. That inner voice which everyone has always gives its signal before one acts. It is something different, the environment, the phenotypic effect dominates the genotypic directions, and sometimes one fails to operate in consonance with the value he has inherited. And for that, we need to be very particular about what a man is. I give you one example. We all know about Mahatma Gandhi. We all know about Yogeshwar Krishna. Yogeshwar Krishna says, Clevium Martnugam Apartha Netatva Purjate Kshudram Radaya Durbalyam Chato Tishta Parantapa. O Arjun, be brave and be like a warrior. Take up your bow and fight. It is not to you that you surrender here. Mahatma Gandhi said that one eye for eye will make the world blind. The two opposite facets, entirely opposite facets. At one place, Mahatma Gandhi says that when one slaps you, you just produce your another check to him. Whereas Krishna says, Mr. Arjun, you cannot do away with the war. You have to fight. And we worship both of them as a leader. Both of them are the icons of value system. Then certainly we need to go away from the rhetorics which we have been listening about the human values. Human values are entirely personal. They are not generalized. Human values are governed by his inner, and human values are not earned or imbibed or acquired in one life. It's a continuous process where one after one life to another life inherits the sanskars in the form of genes, in the form of DNA codings, which are different for everyone. Friends, but when we are talking of development of the human values, now the question comes whether it can be developed or not. There are two answers: no, yes. If not, then everything is useless. Our efforts are useless. We should just close this webinar here itself, go to our home and remain at our place and rest. But if the answer is yes, then what are the strategies so that in this life we just acquire some more traits, positive traits, and we strengthen our positive traits inherited in us. We reduce the traits, negative traits which we have inherited and which our phenotypic effect, which our environmental effect is imposing on us. There needs the discussion. There needs a real discourse. There needs how we can behave and why should we behave. For that, again, we have been told in India that in consonance with the theme of this webinar, global leadership for world peace, in consonance with the theme of UNO, Vishwa Bhavetyakam Needam, let the whole world be one home. Let the whole world be one home where everyone feels secured, where everyone is happy, where everyone has a room for others, where everyone needs other, where everyone is a complement of other. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Because I just see a signal that I am
Yes,
not audible.
No, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Yeah, okay, thank you, thank you. Friends, we need to know what are the values. I just remember from our ancient literature, Upanishads, we have a character Rantidev. Rantidev says that Na tvaham kamaye rajyam, na swargam, nathur bhavata kamaye dukh taptanam praninam atinashanam. That is, I certainly am not desirous of neither sovereignty nor heaven nor salvation. I yearn for the relinquishment of grief of all beings affected with sorrows. These are the human values. These are to be imbibed. These are to be acquired. And our phenotype, that is our environmental effect, should be such that everyone has an opportunity to imbibe these ideas. I further say, in India, we have been taught in our schools that Matravrat Paradareshu Paradravye Suloshtavat Atmavrat Sarvabhuteshu Yapashyati Sa Pandita. Let all women be motherly to me. Let the material or properties of others is just like soil for me. Let everybody is like me, my own, me own. And the one who has this attitude, this aptitude is really enlightened. These are the values. Friends, values cannot be copied. Values are produced by way of experiences, produced by way of attitudes, produced by way of commitment, well, produced by way of a commitment for living with our own values. And for that, we have many theories. We know that at one place, core values have been defined in 8 different ways. They are dependability, reliability, commitment, open-mindedness, consistency, honesty, efficiency. These are the traits. And the one advocate of values give these basic 8 values which one should possess to be useful to the society, useful in a positive manner to the society. Banis and Goldsmith in 1997 defined 4 qualities as vision, empathy, consistency, integrity. These should be the values in a person who can be a role model. Today also, when I was discussing it, one person, he gave me example of Ramakrishna Paramhans and Vivekananda. When I asked him that values cannot be imposed on another one, I was given example of Ramakrishna Paramhans, who just by touching Vivekananda make Narendra Vivekananda. I told that Vivekananda, or rather Narendra in himself, had those traits which Ramakrishna Paramhans could manifest from within the Narendra to make him Vivekananda. But there were a number of persons coming in contact with Ramakrishna Paramhans. Ramakrishna Paramhans could not make him Vivekananda or equivalent to Vivekananda. The reason being, Narendra had inner traits. The traits which he imbibed from generations, from his genes, from his neurocells, from his DNAs. And for that, Narendra could become Vivekananda only because he could get a proper guidance. He could get a proper click. And for giving proper click, we need value leaders also, like Ramakrishna Paramhans. Values can be terminal or instrumental. Terminal values refer to the desires and states like being rich, being famous, owning a car, etc. Whereas instrumental values refer to the modes of behavior. What values we want to develop and live with a society, I would say that certainly they are the instrumental values. And those instrumental values we need to develop, we need to generate, we need to have in our leader itself so that they can touch us and give a spark to us so that we can ignite the values within ourselves, within our inner soul, but values lie within our inner soul. If they are not there, perhaps no one can ignite it. The phenotypic environment, the environmental sides from which we can have values or we can ignite values are parents. It's a duty of parents to be the role model for inculcating values in the wards and the children. Parents feel that somebody else will make them a value full ward or valueful child, then certainly they are wrong. They are the first person. Or rather, not only parents, the mother is the first person. I again give you an example. Vivekananda, his father was a barrister. He had a chariot and he has a sarthi for it. The sarthi of the chariot of Vivekananda's father used to wear white costume, very clean. Child Narendra was impressed by him and he asked his mother that when I grow up, I'll become the sarthi. Had it been some other mother, what reply she would have given to her child? Oh, no, you will not become the driver. You have to become something important in the society. No. The Bhuvaneshwari Devi, the mother of Vivekananda, hold his hand of the child, took him into the room and showed him the picture hanging on the wall of his drawing room and showed that the Krishna as a sarthi of Arjun's chariot. Yes, you will be the sarthi like Krishna. These are the ways how values are inculcated in the mind of child by mother. It's one example. And every mother is doing this. I don't question the role being played by mothers. But the commitment and the values transformation, values inculcation comes from parents. Then comes to the peers, the fellow beings, how they behave, how they do, how they react to the situation. Third one is media in present context. Education is again one dimension. Technology, we cannot forget it. And the last but the more and most important is religion. I won't say religion to be translated as sampradaya, as matapant, because religion is being used as a synonym of another term in India, that is dharma. And dharma, it has no equivalent in the English language. Dharma is the duty. And in our own literature, that is in Chanakya has defined dharma by 10 characteristics. In the Shanti Parv of what we say Mahabharata, the characteristics have been defined. They are Dhriti, Kshama, Damosteya, Indriya Nigraham, Dhriti, Kshama, Damosteya, Indriya Nigraham, etc. are 10 characteristics. That is dhairya, kshama, aste, indriya nigraha. All these are the characteristics of the dharma, and religion is the foundation of value. And those religion, these traits are universal, not of any sect. And I tell you again, I emphasize because today only I could synthesize these ideas. Gandhi came as a leader of the peace. Why another Gandhi could not come? Why another Buddha could not come? Why another Krishna could not come? Why another Mahavir could not come? Why another Jesus could not come? If environment or if society could inculcate, could equip a person with values, then in centuries we have one Gandhi. In centuries we have one Jesus. Then certainly my hypothesis, that is, values are inbuilt in the human being and there is no replica of human being. It gets confirmed. But my question is, why one cannot be better than Gandhi, more than Gandhi? Why one cannot be more than Isa? Why one cannot be more than Buddha? Why one cannot be more than Krishna? Because he is imbibing, he is carrying so many traits, good traits in him, right since generations, and he'll carry further also, even after his death, till there is a reincarnation of him. This reincarnation will carry all those good and bad traits with him. Then why not? This society can create an environment where good traits are developed, where good traits are given enough scope to grow, where a person is educated to listen to his inner voice, and that inner voice is always positive. It will always warn a person to do the right thing, to do rituals. And can we again think of identifying such leaders and what these leaders should do? What these leaders can give us to the society? They can give universalism. They can give monovalence. And if we can have an idea of universalism, if we can have idea of monovalence, then perhaps we will be having some opportunity to let some grow. And that person growing, maybe you, maybe me, maybe my neighbor, maybe someone whom we are not knowing. But if he comes and if he emerges, then it will be a contribution to the society by we all making efforts together. Friends, the 6 core values have also been explained. Those core values are service to the society, service to the needy, selfless service. One is social justice. Are we really committed to social justice? Dignity and worth of a person. Importance of human relationship. Integrity and competency. We can again add to it. One comes with 12 core values. They are hope. I am hopeful that we'll have good leadership. I am hopeful that out of 7 billion people, there is a chance that somebody more important than All icons we know as yet will born and will develop. I am hopeful. Are we all hopeful? Honor, integrity, service, trust, justice, responsibility, freedom, truth, faith, honesty, family, all these, whatever we make efforts, we can expand it to the any number. But the real crux is Vishwa Bhavetyakam Needam. Let the world be one home, and that we can achieve. Certainly we can achieve, provided we don't allow anybody to have our locus of control outside ourselves. First of all, we should have our locus of control within ourselves. We should develop a capacity to listen to our inner soul, our inner voice. We should have a capacity to distinguish between right and wrong, narrow and wide. For me on and for universe, this distinction, if we can have a capacity to distinguish it, if we can distinguish it, then certainly we will be in a position to say that I am growing towards imbibing, towards nurturing, towards cultivating, towards identifying, towards enforcing human values in my daily life, in my daily behavior. Otherwise, we all are using rhetorics. I again quote Gandhiji. We have been told by all people in the world that Ishwar Satya hai, God is truth. So Gandhiji used the same words, just he changed the sequence of words and he changed the meaning. Gandhiji said that Satya hi Ishwar hai. Truth is the God. It was his commitment to truth. Can we live with it? Can we live with our commitments, our value system? Truth was a value for Gandhiji. I again quote one incident which is very often quoted from the life of Gandhiji. Gandhiji, we all know that he was committed to truth. We all also know that he was committed to the Gauraksha, that is the protection of cow. One intellectuals, a logical analyst, asked Gandhiji and put him in a dilemma. That Gandhiji, do you believe that truth cannot be sacrificed? Gandhiji said yes. Gandhiji, do you believe that Gauraksha, the protection of cow, is your value? Gandhiji said yes, very true. Then he raised a question. Gandhiji, say you are sitting at a place, at a road which diverges in two at a point. A cow is running and enters one way, and after that a person with a sword in his hand coming to slaughter the cow comes to you and asks you, Gandhi, tell me whether in which way the cow has gone, tell me, otherwise I'll kill you, I'll slaughter you. Gandhi, what will you do? Will you let the cow slaughter down, or you will speak a lie? Friends, I raise this question to all of you. Answer yourself. And the answer which Gandhi gave made Gandhi a Gandhi. Gandhi's answer was, you slaughter me down, I will not tell you where the cow has gone, on which path, on which way cow has gone. I know where it has gone, on which path it has gone, but I will not tell you, you can slaughter me. It was his commitment to truth. It was his commitment to the protection of cow, and it was his commitment to his inner self, his inner values. Friends, I personally believe that we should all introspect. We should make a list of values which we value most. We start value the values, our values. We should prioritize our values if we want to develop ourselves. Maybe it is one value in our life. Maybe it is nationality. Maybe it is honesty. Maybe it is truthfulness. Maybe it is service to society. Whatever value, and we try to be committed to it, and we try to increase this list. We try to act on the second, third, fourth priority in our fullest. Friends, I can guarantee myself that the one who is doing this will emerge as a leader. He need not go to any MBA course to be a leader. He need not go to any training for leadership. He need not go to listen to any lecture. He should introspect himself. He should identify his own values, and values in consonance with the development of the world, with the development of society, with the development of humanity. Friends, values are for humanity. Values are for the coming generation. And at the last, because much can be said, but time is a constraint, I would only say that the yardstick, the kasoti, the touchstone, the test stone at every point is again shown by our ancient literatures. That is, Atmana Pratikulani Pareshana Samacharet. Atmana Pratikulani Pareshana Samacharet. दूसरों के साथ वह व्यवहार न करें जो दूसरों का हमें अपने साथ पसंद न हो. We should not behave with others in a manner which we don't like others to behave with us. This is the test. At every step, we should test our decision. We should test our action on this kasoti, on this touchstone, on this test stone. Perhaps it is a guideline for us. I think I have been able to convey some of relevant thoughts. I extend my thanks. Thank you all. Thank you very much.